Today we're going to simplify expressions. Now, we know that expressions are mathematical statements that do not contain an equal sign. So, let's just provide the steps. You've seen them before. Well, don't contain an equal sign, and we'll do this is all parts. Now, what I mean by that is this. To simplify, you combine the two steps or the two parts together. The first part, step one, is what we just learned. Remove parentheses. And that has not changed. That is using distributive property. And then step two is going to be combine like terms. And then you're done. We learned all the parts. Remember, a simplified expression is one that does not contain the parentheses or like terms. All right, let's do it. First problem is, all right, the first problem is, let's try this one. 8 plus 2x minus 1. Let's put a 7 back here. All right, now, remember, your first step is to always remove the parentheses. When there's a parenthesis with more than one term in there, remember, you're looking at the kids group. Look for the parent. If the parent is not in front of the parentheses, look behind it. She snuck up on them. So you must still remove the parentheses by multiplying the parent by all the kids. Looks like this. The 8 comes down. The plus comes down. But here we have 7 times 2x. And then we have another 7. So we say 7 times what? What kind of 7 is that? Negative 7. All right. So removing the parentheses, remember, you multiply the number with the coefficient, or the number with the constant. We end up having 8 plus 7 times 2 is 14. V, put the closure hat on. And 7 times negative 7 is negative 49. All right. Step 1 is complete. We don't have any parentheses. Now we look for like terms. So like terms is when you line the problem up vertically. All right, the terms are vertically. So our first term is 8. Do you have another constant term anywhere? That's right, negative 49. No more constant terms, so I'll scratch them out. And the last term we have is a 14. 14v. Underline what we got. 8 plus negative 49. 8, remember this line right here being plus. 8 plus negative 49 is negative 41. You bring the 14v down, and what sign you put? Well, it's a positive 14. Put a plus. All right, let's do it again. Let's do it again. All right. All right, let's do it again. Let's see, let's do, I like this one. Here we go. 4 minus parenthesis 3n minus 5 minus 7 in. All right, now let's look. When we look at this parentheses here, I see the kids, right? We see the kids group. See the kids group, that's inside parentheses. Now, where's the parent though? I don't see anything right outside of the parentheses. So you go to the front. Go to the front. I don't see anybody out there, go to the front. What number? Everybody got a parent. If you don't see a number directly on the outside, it's an understood 1. See, that 4 here is not a parent. That's somebody across the street. The parent is a number touching the parentheses. And if you don't have a number, you put a 1 right beside it. So now you got, because it's a -1 now, you say -1 times all the kids. That's how it works. Bring down the 4. All right, cool. Now, the parent is -1. What do you multiply it by? 3 in. Then -1 again. Times what? What kind of 5? Unhappy child, right? -5. Now, remember, you multiply the coefficients. Now, I'm going to ask you a question before we move on. Why did we multiply -1 times this? Because it's not one of their kids. Good. All right, so let's continue to multiply. We have the 4 that's going to come down. -1 times 3 is -3. Bring the n. That's what letter he's wearing. And -1 times -5 is a +5. All right. Now, I see that minus sign. That same thing is that negative sign. Same thing as minus. That's fine. But put a plus in front of the 5 because it didn't have a sign. Now, combine like terms. We have 4. Do we have another constant? 5. No more constants. And then a -3 in is what's left over. Combine like terms. Answer is 9 minus 3 in. All right. Let's do it again. You got to practice it. All right. Here we go. Let's try this one. -8y plus 4 times 3y plus 3 minus 5. All right. Recognize who the kids are. Now let's find the parent. The parent is the one that's touching right outside the parentheses, front or back. Only number we have right outside the parentheses, that 4. So that's the parent. That parent is supposed to get on to both of these happy children, both on positive. All right, so here we go. Let's do it. The 8y comes to negative. Don't forget that sign. The -8y comes down. Now it's time for him to whoop those kids. That's a 4 times 3y. And that's a 4 again. Times what? Times 3. And then you bring down that -5. Can't whoop that child. All right? Remember, we multiply what we can. So we have -8y, 12y. Remember, 4 times 3 is 12y. 4 times 3 is 12. And bring that a -5. Now, you got to have a sign between all terms. If you don't have a sign, positive. If it's positive, you put a plus, right? Now, that's removing the parentheses. Now it's time to combine the like terms. The first term is -8y. We have another y, 12y. All right, no more y's, cool. Next we have 12. Then we have another constant, -5. Remember, this underline means plus. -8 plus 12. You have 4y. And 12 plus -5 is a 7. And then because it's a positive 7, you got to have a sign between each. Say plus. That's it. All right, one more. One more. One more. All right, make sure you pause the video when you need to. All right, let's see. Let's say we have, oh, that's cool. Okay, let's say you have, okay, still the same rules. Let's say you have start over the parentheses. Negative 6x minus 11. Then we say minus 5x plus 12. All right, remember, the first rule is to remove the parentheses. Now, let's look at our first. So let's find the kids first. We have, that's a group of kids here. That's a group of kids here. Every group of kids got a parent. The issue is you don't see it. What's going on with you, man? All right, organize the paper. You don't see a number on the outside. We know it is a 1 on the outside. Oh, wrong thing. Let's see. No, it's a 1 on the outside. And right here, we don't see a number, it's a 1. But be careful, because what kind of 1 is that now? All right, that's an angry parent right there. That's a negative 1 right there, though. So let's do it. 1, 1 times the first group of kids. Then we're going to do 1, 1 times, what kind of 11? Negative 11. Now, for the next group of kids, you got to do negative 1 times 5x. All right, negative 1 times that, and negative 1 times that. We do negative 1 times 12. All right, we multiply the number parts, and we get negative 6x, negative 11, negative 5x, and negative 12. Well, we don't need no plus sign because everything good. You can, so we good. No parentheses. Now it's time to combine the like terms. Negative 6x and negative 5x. No more x's. Negative 11, negative 12. Negative 6 plus negative 5 is negative 11x. Negative 11 plus negative 12 is negative 23. Good.